Hello and welcome back to Suspended Fanimation. I'm your host, Dennis Bithoulkas, and it's time for another episode of Spoiler Alert. Well, in this episode 29, that's right, episode 29. Welcome, everybody. Let me take care of some business first, and we'll get down to it, and also adjust my microphone just a little bit. There we go. If you like what you see here, like, share, and subscribe. If you're still on the fence about subscribing, take a look at the video that pops up at the very end here. YouTube takes the algorithms of all the stuff you've been watching and tries to match it as best as possible to one of the videos in my vast video library and pops it up here just for you. And if you like what you see there, please hit that subscribe button down below there. And if you can't, hit that like button, the share button as well. And if you want to know when I'm going to be on live again next, go over to suspendedfanimation.com. Take a look at the schedule I have up there. I stick to it mostly. Also, all the links to my social media there and all links to my pages are there as well. Also, the new link to the YouTube music channel, I guess you could say, that has all of these things on podcasts. So you can actually stream them and listen to them, or you can watch them as well there because you can do either video or you can do audio there. That's all there as well. All right, let's get to it, shall we? I'm trying to adjust myself in my chair here. My chair's been going a little bit wonky lately. So, all right. So, what do we got going on here? This is kind of be a mashup, a little bit of both spoiler alert and the Sunday edition of Saturday morning stuff. Everything's kind of in flux at the moment. Um, so a little bit about FX. Noah Hawley is doing a series for FX for Alien. So he's been working on this for a while. They finally have gotten a lead, and they've tapped actress Sydney Chandler to star in that. I have no idea who Sydney Chandler is. I probably will later on. She was on Don't Worry, Darling, and Pistol. So there you go. So uh, yeah, I really don't know much about her, but they've hired their lead. So there you go. So obviously that's moving forward. Well, not really at the moment, because of course there's something else that's going on right now too, which is the writer's strike. So yeah, the writer's strike is going on full swing at the moment. Has been since last week. This is the first week of the writer's strike. And for those of you not knowing what the writer's strike is all about, uh, there's multiple things. I mean, pay for work, that's in syndication. Just increasing pay for work that's in syndication. Also making sure that they're not replaced by AI writers, like chatbots and stuff like that, chat GP, all that stuff. Um, and I agree with them. Honestly, I've seen some of those scripts that are generated by AI, and they're fucking horrible. Not only that, they plagiarize from other things that they find on the net anyway, and end up writing their own stories based on other stuff that's already out there. So it's not viable. And then also the latest trend that David Zaslav from Warner Brothers started by um, taking entire libraries of stuff that's already out there, like, say, for example, the Nevers and Westworld, things of that nature that were in HBO Max, and removing them completely from the Warner Brothers library, so they don't have to pay royalties to the actors, the creators of the show, the writers, anything like that, is just fucking reprehensible. So coming up with the money up front on that's again what is in this writer strike, is a better option when shit like this starts happening, when you start getting shit bags like David Zaslav coming up with ideas like this, because they're not the only ones that are going to be doing this. Right now, Disney is also talking about doing this as well. So yes, Disney and Hulu, Bob Iger has actually said in a meeting, the earners meeting that happened last week, that Disney and Hulu are going to probably merge by the end of this year. That's going to be one app. You basically, I think they're going to be either the Hulu app or the Disney Plus app, and you're going to have contents from both, no matter which one you subscribe to. And part of that that they've been talking about is doing the whole Disney Vault thing again, where they used to do this during the VCR days, where you'd have a movie like Cinderella that would come out, right? It'd be available on VHS for a couple of months or something like that. So you could buy it at $100 a pop because that's what it was going for at the time, and then it would go away and it would be put away in a vault for 20 years until the next generation came about, and then they would release it again on DVD, something like that. So that's what they're going to do now digitally. Is digitally, you're going to have these movies come out for a generation, then go away again for however many long years and not come back out again. That's what Disney is talking about doing now, is doing that kind of stuff. And also, again, they don't have to pay royalties. They don't have to pay, to anybody, and let the royalties expire. And then that way, they don't have to pay royalties, on that content when they re-release it again. It's a shitty proposition. It's not paying people the money that they're owed, especially when the companies are making bank off of these things. They're making billions of dollars off of it, and the people involved in this are making peanuts off of it. I've seen, if you go on Twitter and just, you know, search for writer strike, you'll see a lot of these things. People, writers talking about how much they're making on stuff that they've written, and the royalty checks are literally cents. Like they get 2 or 5 cents. They get a check for that, and that's fucking ridiculous. Considering that their upfront pay is not all that much to begin with, because they're getting the opportunity to write for, Warner Brothers or HBO or something like that. And of course, these companies are profiting massively off of these movies, TV shows, all that stuff, off the sweat equity of other people. So that's what the writer strike is all about. So yeah, you're not going to be seeing anything new. Okay, so there is stuff that's already been shot that's in the can, all that kind of stuff. There's not going to be any promotion for it because other unions are not going to be crossing that line. So, like SAG-AFTRA, the Screen Actors Guild, you're not going to see actors that are going to be crossing the picket lines for those items to, promote movies, TV shows, things of that nature because of this. And by the way, as long as there are two people that are there with picket signs, that is considered a picket line at that point. So the other thing the writer strike is doing right now, they're doing a grassroots campaign where they're tweeting out locations of shooting locations, live shooting locations, and they're sending out people. They at least as long as they have two people in line, then it's a picket line, and the rest of the unions won't cross it. What shows are going to be affected, Raymond? Everything. So right now, it's mainly the most immediate effect has been late night TV shows because, of course, they have writers for those. So those are all gone dark. Also, you have I know like the Daredevil Reborn that was shooting on location that got picketed, and that's down at the moment. Um, what else has there been? There's been numerous things here and there that shoot on location that have gone down because of this. And also, you're still having script rewrites that are going on as stuff is shooting. So, I mean, you will have people, um, you have writers rewriting these shows on the fly as they are filming these things. How do I think AI will affect the negotiations? I think AI is off the table completely. They don't want AI in there at all, and I agree with them. I don't think AI should be part of the negotiations. AI is just horrible for this, and again, it plagiarizes. It plagiarizes stuff that is already out there. It's been shown time and time again. It also does this with art as well. There are a lot of people that like using, AI to generate art images when really all it's doing is it's picking stuff from random across the internet and jamming them together. And it's It's plagiarizing is really what it's doing. That's what AI is right now. It, there is no true AI. It's really just algorithms. There is nothing that is well, when I think of AI, I think of sentience, and I think of self-awareness, and these are not it. This AI is more program more than anything else, and programs are only as good as its programmers. So yeah, so AI should be off the table completely on any of this. But yeah, it's gonna get worse before it gets better. And last time this happened was 2007 was the writer's strike. Um, and that's when we had the glut of reality TV that came in, unfortunately. So yeah, you're gonna see that happen again. And speaking of reality TV, that is where the CW is headed. Hey, Feisty. 2008. Thank you, Feisty. Yes, it happened in 2008. 2007, 2008. It kind of blended over into that because it was a couple of months, 3 months long. 2 months, 3 months, somewhere around there. Yeah. Hello. Um, so yeah, the glut of reality TV happened. So the CW right now, which had been bought, their new owners and overlords have decided that they're going to go more into reality TV. So they've started, shit canning a whole bunch of the old CW shows. So the Winchesters just recently got canceled. Kung Fu got canceled. And right now there's a decision being made on whether or not that Superman and Lois or Gotham Knights, one of those two is getting canceled. Now, HBO or Warner Brothers, to their credit at least, has said that if Superman and Lois gets canceled, then it's going over to Max, which of course is what HBO Max is going to be called now, is Max. It's going to be called Max in a couple of weeks here. I think next week is when it does the transition. And I hope to God that that is what happens. I hope that, Superman and Lois gets canceled by the CW, so it gets moved over to the Max. Because honestly, if you're not watching Superman and Lois right now, you should be. It's probably one of the most one of the best Superman iterations story wise that's come along in a long time for live action. And right now they're dealing with Lois Lane having cancer and going through cancer treatments, but at the same time investigating Bruno Mannheim. So it's actually really good TV. Plus, it's good comic book stuff too, because it's dealing with Superman uh, having to deal with issues that are, not super heroic. He's not dealing with Bizarro, or he does deal with Bizarro in these episodes, and he's not dealing with supervillains, but having to deal with mortality, at this point. And how does Superman deal with down to earth shit? How does he deal with regular human beings? Um, and also his sons, one has superpowers, one doesn't, and how do you deal with that? And it's actually very well done, I have to admit. So I really do want it to go over to Max so it actually has a chance to shine. Oh yeah. And then speaking of stuff that actually just left Max too, Titans just finished up its run. The fourth season is done now. It's completely out on Max, HBO Max right now before it becomes Max. And good God, what a shit show that show is. I mean, the the final episode was like a fanfic um written piece. It just was really shittily done. I mean, the costumes were bad, the special effects were bad, the script was just horribly bad. I mean, it's not Citadel level bad, but it's still bad. um yeah. And I'm kind of surprised they said that, because I mean, Citadel is from the Russo brothers are producing that, and that's on Amazon Prime, by the way, Citadel, and it's fucking horrible. I mean, you want to talk about no fucking chemistry whatsoever. The two leads for Citadel, both of them are from the Eternals, and they have zero fucking chemistry together. And they also have zero acting ability when it comes to line delivery. The line delivery is just the most worst. It's like they're reading it off of a fucking cue card. I mean, really, and they're seeing how many lines they can get off as quickly as possible. So that's how bad. Yeah, Feisty Titans is one of those things that is, Akiva Goldsman is the one that's involved in that one. He wrote the first season. The first season is so bad, you can tell what the lines are gonna be, like, 5 minutes before they're actually said. Yeah, I would say dumpster fire kinda bad. I mean, it's the kind of bad that it kinda reminded me of the old '70s, when ABC used to do the old, DC, live action stuff in the '70s, and, they had the really cheesy special effects and stuff like that. Go take a look at, like, Legion of Super Friends or something like that, Legion of Superheroes, where it became like a variety, hour show or something like that, and I mean, it was just horribly done. It was kind of that level of just bad, and special effects wise too. I mean, they fucked up Starfire completely. They fucked up Raven completely. Trigon does make an appearance in the final episode, and I mean, he just looks like a video game character. It's horribly bad. I mean, just really, really bad. I mean, the only one they got right was Jason Todd, and he's not even in the really he's in the final season, but like 2 episodes. That's it. Um, and Jason Todd was like the best character that they had done, out of all of this. I mean, they even fucked up Batman. They cast the old dude who, as Bruce Wayne. I mean, it was just it was a mess. It was a complete and total mess. So, yeah, it's really not worth your time on that one. What else do we have here? I'm kind of rambling through some stuff. We got the trailer for Dune 2, Sandworm Boogaloo. It's coming out on November 3rd. Dennis Villeneuve's, take on that one. I was not a fan of the first one. I'm going to be watching it when it comes out on HBO Max or Max or whatever it's going to be called this week. So yeah, I'll watch it when it comes out on streaming. I will not pay money for that one. Um, yeah, just was not a fan of the first one. I honestly I fell asleep and I was watching it at home. So um, Sweet Tooth, Sweet Tooth on Netflix is going to be returning for a third and already shot final season on Netflix. No word yet on when that's going to be released. Season 2 right now is out on Netflix, so that is out for you to watch. I haven't watched it as of yet. I've been watching other stuff too. I know it's there, so um, yeah, I'm definitely disappointed that it's going to be that's been canceled. But at least it's going out with the third season. They know that they're going out with that, so. Kind of like these guys back here, Doom Patrol. The fourth and the second half of the fourth season. No word yet on when it's going to be released, but they kind of knew that it was coming out, and they knew it was going to be their final season. So, and that's the way that Chris Carter, who does the is it Chris Carter? No, fuck, I'm blanking on his name now. The guy who's a showrunner for Doom Patrol always treats every season as if it's the last. So they always kind of end it as though the season's done, the series is done. So I'm looking forward to the end of Doom Patrol season 4 there, whenever that comes out. Oh yeah. So there's going to be a new Babylon 5 animated movie from Warner Brothers, and with most of the original cast. And it took me, I always forget about this, but a lot of the original cast from Babylon 5 have passed away. A lot of the original cast, Delenn, Jakar, Garibaldi, Jeff Conway's character, Jeff Conway, he passed away. Um, Michael Dorf, he's passed away. I mean, the doctor, Sinclair, um, that's 7 right there that have passed away. all in their like 50s and 60s. It's just really, really weird. So with whatever cast is left, Warner Brothers is doing an animated movie for Babylon 5, and they're gonna J. Michael Straczynski wrote the script for it, of course, and he says that they're gonna have a trailer and more about it come mid-June. So mid-June, we'll find out when the release date is gonna be, and I think that's gonna be more towards the tail end of this year. Is when that's gonna happen, and of course, it's gonna be on Max as well. I'm looking forward to that. I mean, I really wish that we could watch Babylon 5 episodes, especially since I know that they had gone through and cleaned them up digitally. And I just don't know where those are at now. I mean, Max, HBO Max hasn't released those. They don't have them streaming anywhere. And I mean, I kind of would like to go back and rewatch those old episodes again. It's one of those series that was good. I mean, just really, really good. And it did DS9 before DS9, you know, took the idea and ran with it. I mean, stole it and ran with it. So, yeah. Oh, what else do I have here? Talked about Hulu and Disney Plus combining into one app. Oh yeah, there's a new Walking Dead series called Walking Dead Dead City, which is going to be on AMC on June 18th. There is a trailer up for that as well. And again, all these trailers are up on, if you go on my Facebook page for Suspended Fanimation, you'll see that up there. And you can find that link over at suspendedfanimation.com. That link is there as well. Um, of course, Negan and oh, I can't remember Glenn's wife. Fuck, I can't remember her name now. So they end up having to go into New York to get Maggie. That's what her name is, Maggie. Um, Having to get Maggie's son back from somebody who's kidnapped him and brought him into New York City. And New York City, of course, is now a city of the dead. So that's what Dead City is all about. There you go. I'm not going to see it. I don't have AMC. I'm not going to pay for AMC Plus. It's just not worth it, quite honestly. Plus, I mean, The Walking Dead's been played out quite a bit a long time ago. So, yeah, I'm okay with that. Netflix has canceled Lockwood and Company after one season. Not a surprise on that one. If you are a regular viewer here and you take a look at Is It Worth My Time? I did a Is It Worth My Time on Lockwood and Company and said it's not worth your time. I know it's based on a popular series of books or, young adult books, something like that. It just didn't have it was missing something, is really what it was. It was just missing something. No one was talking about it. I mean, it came and went so fast that you could have gotten whiplash from the amount of air that passed by as it passed by. It was an interesting premise. It just wasn't done well. That's all it was. Yeah. I mean, it had no world building to it either. That's the other thing. It had this interesting world, but they weren't showing you any of it. They were just showing you the characters and what they were interacting with. And it's like, okay, well, I want to know more about what this world is about. Give me a little bit more about what this world is about. So, it wasn't happening. But there you have it. Um, yeah, that's all I've got in the spoiler or the news realm, I should say. Um, Spoiler realm, I guess you could say. What have I been watching? So I've been watching, well, like I said, I've been watching Citadel. They've been releasing one episode at a time, and um, good God, it's a spy story, and it has an interesting premise, but the lead actors are so fucking bad and have so little chemistry together, and they're supposed to be involved with each other, and like I said, it's really just kind of it seems like they're in a race to see how many lines they can get out faster than the other person reading off a cue card. It really just feels like that. It's just boring and zero chemistry during the love scenes. It's like honestly, it's like two cardboard cutouts making out with each other. That's how bad it is. Um, and it shows you why the Eternals failed so badly and so massively. Again, is because these people are not good actors. They really aren't, and they don't emote well. They really don't. They're great at commercials, possibly, but nothing more than that. I wouldn't put them in anything else. Excuse me. My stomach gurgles a little bit there. Um, yeah, it's really not worth it. Um, what else? I'm watching the last season of The Great. I'll get to Star Wars Visions in a minute, Raymond. The Great, which is about Catherine the Great on Hulu. Um, Hilarious, show which has gone pretty much dark. It's gone strangely dark in this last final season here. It's Elle Fanning and Nicholas Holt in there, and she plays Catherine the Great. He plays Peter, Tsar Peter, who was married to her. And um, it's very funny, very witty, but there's also just now this third season just gone very dark. And I like it still at the same time, but I'm going through it slowly. Star Wars Visions 2, Raymond, I started watching, and it's decidedly gone more kid friendly the second season than it did the first season. And I'm having problems with it. I really am. I'm having a lot of problems with it. So, um, yeah, I stopped after the third episode. That's how many problems I'm having with it. But on the other hand, there is the Muppets Mayhem, which I'm going to be doing an Is It Worth My Time about next week, which is out on Disney Plus. And I won't be talking about that right now here since I'm going to be doing a Is It Worth My Time on that one. But take a look at it. That's all I can say is take a look and see what you think of the first episode. It's about Dr. Teeth and the Electric Mayhem and them cutting their first album. So if you're a Muppet Show fan, that was what that was all about. Let me see what else is there. I'm kind of scrolling through some stuff. I talked about all of that. I talked about all of that. And who knows what else I'm talking about now because, I talk out my ass most of the time when I'm here. Oh yeah, Superman Legacy, the James Gunn written and directed movie, may have found its leads, is what they said. And this is per the Hollywood Reporter, by the way. So right now, there's a few contenders here. So they're saying for the short list for Clark Kent, Lois Lane, and even Lex Luthor. So David Corenswet, who was in Pearl, is among the top contenders to play Kent. Clark Kent, of course, and um, Jacob Elordi um, is. Oh well, sorry, they're talking about all these things. So, for Lois Lane, the top contenders are Emma Mackey and Rachel Brosnahan. Brosnahan, there we go. So, and Samara Weaving. Those are the three there. So we'll see. Most likely when they start talking about the rumors here, they already know they've already cast them probably about a month or two ago. And that's usually what ends up happening with this news is we get it later on. We get the rumors, and then of course they're setting up the press conferences, all that kind of stuff. And I mean, James Gunn is not writing anything at the moment, supposedly, because there is a writer's strike going on. So who knows, where we're at with that. But yeah, that's where that's at. Not next week, but the week after, of course, we're going to have Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse is going to be coming out as well. I don't have my tickets as of yet because I'm going to be moving, all that kind of stuff. So I don't know exactly when I'm going to be doing that. Um, Also, this week, Quantum Mania is going to be coming out onto Disney Plus. So if you haven't seen Quantum Mania as of yet, Ant-Man Quantum Mania, that is coming out on Disney Plus on the 17th, which is Wednesday. I'm looking forward to watching that again because I had fun with it. I know a lot of people didn't, but I liked it better than I liked Guardians of the Galaxy 3. I know. To each their own, though. So, yeah. And there's been a trailer now for Gremlins Secret of the Mogwai, which is an animated series. And that's coming out on Max, which is premiering on May 23rd. So it's coming up here. Yeah. And I think it's a movie, if I'm not mistaken. I believe it is a movie, yes. But that will be coming out on Max. Yes. No, actually, it's a series. I take that back. It's a new series on May 23rd on Max. There you go. What else? Oh, I did watch a really interesting trailer called Poor Things that has Emma Stone in it, and also William Dafoe. And it's about a woman who is brought back from the dead, and then she goes and runs off to live this other life, and it's very, very surreal. It's a very surreal looking movie. But if you get a chance to look at it, take a look at Poor Things. Yes, Raymond Gizmo is in it. Gizmo is in Tales of the Mogwai or Secrets of the Mogwai. Excuse me. Yeah. Oh, by the way, Raymond, did you get a package by any chance in the mail fairly recently? Just wondering if that package reached you, because our first person who won the contest for the Mandalorian did not respond back. Yasi Sufi did not respond back, so you were the runner-up, and of course you got the poster and the pin. So hopefully you received that in the mail. But nice. All right. I never opened up the poster, by the way, so hopefully the poster looks really kind of cool because I didn't want to damage it at all. So I just want to make sure that that actually made its way to you. I know Cheryl. I sent her out her stuff as well. So, what else do we have? Oh yes, Beetlejuice 2. So Beetlejuice 2 looks like all the original actors are coming back, and they've also got William Dafoe. William Dafoe is popping up in everything. William Dafoe is going to be playing a uh, undead law enforcement agent. Is what that's going to be. So yes, it's going to be an undead law enforcement agent. Yeah, but we'll see what happens. Let's see what else here. I'm looking at all kinds of different stuff. That's really all I've got news-wise. And I've been playing a lot of Jedi Survivor lately. Oh, thank you, Raymond. Yes, I remember reading about that. Carl Urban as Johnny Cage. Yes, it wasn't confirmed. He's in negotiations at the moment, supposedly. Raymond. Yeah, Carl Urban playing Johnny Cage for the Mortal Kombat 2 movie. It's actually supposed to be a sequel to the one that the decent one that came out. What was it? 2 years ago? A year ago? 2 years ago? Somewhere around that. So yeah, I can see that. I can see Carl Urban as Johnny Cage. I like Carl Urban. I really do. It's one of those things that was just really missed out was a sequel to Dread. Dread was so good. I mean, just so good. It's criminal that it never got a sequel to it. And yet, the Raid, which of course stole the entire fucking storyline because Gareth Edwards, who was the producer at the time, was having problems writing the Raid and ended up on the set because he knew somebody he was friends with somebody um, and went to on set there. Basically, copied the entire premise of that for the raid. So there you go, and they were able to get it out faster. So I am not going to Comic Con Feisty. I didn't get tickets the first round, and I honestly just decided to sit it out. I didn't decide to do press passes or anything like that, to try for press passes or anything like that. Also, there's a wedding that's happening on the first day of Comic Con that I need to go to. So, not my own, but somebody else's that I know. So, yeah, I honestly was kind of burned out on it. You know, I was hoping to go to D23, and then D23 happened to be in Florida. So, and I'm not I'm not spending any money in Florida. Yeah. I'm not spending any money in Florida, not spending any money in Texas, not spending any money pretty much in any of the southern half of the United States. So, yeah, yeah, they can go suck a big bag of dicks, is all I can say. But on that one, DeSantis especially. Um, with that said, uh, well, I've run out of stuff here. Oh, actually, I was talking about I haven't run out of stuff just as of yet. So I have been playing Jedi Survivor. Um, I'm playing it on the easiest mode because I suck at video games. I'm just going to say that right now. Um, and I'm kind of going through it for the story. I like the storyline that's happening. I don't like having to bounce back and forth between two planets in order to get your abilities, in order to do one thing than the other, and it's just kind of stupid as far as I'm concerned. Just you know, make it a little more cohesive than, excuse me, you have to go and fight this big boss and you have to get this ability in order to do this. And I mean, the puzzles stuff is boring to me. And I hate the running and jumping part. You know, um there's one piece that you have to go through with Marin, who is a night witch, a night sister, and you are it's always an action, and basically you're jumping through portals, and you have to run across walls, and you're up in the, like way the fuck up in the air, jumping through portals, and then you never know where you're going to be next, and you always have to be keep moving. It took me fucking like 5 hours to get through that thing. So yeah, that's what a Metroidvania is. Okay, yeah, I don't know what that is, Raymond, but you know. But I like the storyline of it. Oh, it's a type of game. Got it. Got it. Yeah. And I'm hoping that we see Cal Kestis in live action at some point in time. There's been rumors about him showing up in Ahsoka, and I'm hoping that's the case because that would be cool. Oh, speaking of which, so I am going to Disneyland not next week, but the week after. I'm thinking I might buy the Ahsoka, you know, swords, lightsabers. I've got a ridiculous amount of uh, gift cards. So right now, so it's I'm like, I might as well. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of doing. That'll be my third and fourth lightsaber, is what because it comes in a pair, of course. I have the dark saber, of course, right behind me. The blade is sitting over here, someplace back over here. I just haven't put in the blade. I also have one that I did from Savi's workshop, so those are my two. And then, ooh, excuse me, that'll be 3 and 4. But yeah. So, what else do I have going on for the rest of this week? Well, Monday, I'm going to be off. Tomorrow, I'm going to be off. Tuesday is going to be another episode of Is It Worth My Time? And this time around, it's going to be The Muppets Mayhem. That's right, on Disney Plus, The Muppets Mayhem. Wednesday, and I'm basically going to be off the rest of the week until I don't see anything else coming out for the rest of this week. So, series wise, I should say. Um, yeah, I mean, because Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse is the next thing that comes out on June 2nd. Transformers Rise of the Beast comes out June 9th. There's no The Witcher doesn't come out until June 29th, and then that's just dumped all at once. Actually, Secret Invasion is the next series that comes out, and that's not until June 21st. And that's not going to be until I'm in the new place anyway. So, yeah. Did I mention that I'm moving as well? Yeah, I'll be moving as well. So I'm probably going to switch this all up behind me. So there might be some. I mean, not too much, but it'll be a change. I mean, the Doom Patrol poster is going to come down. There'll probably be a different poster up there, or something else. I don't know. There might be lightsabers. I have no idea as of yet. I'm going to play it by ear as I go along. So take a look at the schedule over at suspendedfanimation.com. You'll see all the schedule stuff up there. I change it every week. Also have all the links to my social media there and all the links to my pages as well. And I'm going to let you guys go. Thanks, everybody. Thank you to everybody who joined me tonight in the chat, or today in the chat, I should say. And thank you if you made it this far in the video. If you're still on the fence about subscribing and you know who you are out there, take a look at the video that pops up at the very end here. Oh, my stomach just kind of says, yeah, take a look at the video over there. Take a look at the video that pops up at the very end here. YouTube takes the algorithms of all the stuff you've been watching and tries to match it as best as possible to one of the videos in my vast video library and pops it up here just for you. And if you like what you see there, please hit that subscribe button down below there. And if you can, hit that like button, the share button as well. And as Raymond just said, it is Mother's Day. So, if you're so inclined, if you're still in touch, reach out to your mom, say hi or whatever. And otherwise, have a good rest of your day. Thank you, everyone. I will see you again on Tuesday for Is It Worth My Time? Until then, don't let the door hit your ass on the way out. Otherwise, you may end up, I don't know, finding out that there's just a lot of shit out there that you need to do and not enough time to do it. Thanks, everybody. Have a good rest of your day. Have a good one. And I will see you on Tuesday. See you, everyone. Thanks.